And good evening and welcome to the all important 2023 psychic forecast. I was going to say for 2023, that's a little bit redundant. So, anyway, welcome everybody, whether you're watching this live or as a video. Welcome, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here. And we're going to dive really deep into this year. So, I'm going to start in just maybe a minute or two for the people that are watching this as a video, just to give the live people a moment to get on, get their notifications and everything. And I'll say a few quick hellos while we're at it. I think I just turned the sound of my computer off. So quick hellos necessitate glass. So hey, Chris, Suzette, Susan, and MT and Judy. Hi, Michael. Again, I saw a lot of you earlier. In fact, I saw some of you twice today already. And hi, Queen of Seraphim. Welcome. And Teresa and Jody. Oh my God, we have a lot of people in already. Michael again, Doreen and Michelle and Suzette. And as we continue, we'll get more. I realize it's also New Year's Day. A lot of you, much more of you, are going to be watching this as a video. So, hi Claire. Yeah, 3 times the charm. Hydrate, 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 and smile, smile, smile. Right. Hi Christine. Hi Wendy. And 420, welcome. Hi Sharon. Welcome to you also. And hi Maxine. So, welcome everybody. So there's a lot to unpack. I'm going to try to do this quickly today for a couple of reasons. One, I'm having some computer battery issues, and I don't want to run out of power. So this will keep me from being overly chatty. So that's the good news for you guys. So we're gonna go right into it, right into the facts. After I drink a little bit more water, and so I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll keep an eye on the comments as best as I can. Hi, Steve. Welcome also. And hi, Carissa. So I'll keep an eye on it the best I can, but I'm not going to go into a ton of questions or interactions just because really for the sake of the people that are watching this as a video. So it's, so we can get this out, get this quickly. So anyway, I've got tons of notes. I've got 5 pages of notes from when I did automatic writing with the master teachers last night, and and then I transcribed them today, like I rewrote them because basically, as I'm doing this, I'm writing very fast, and I'm in a dark room, and the really like scary thing about that is that my handwriting was really no worse doing the automatic writing than it is when I'm really trying to write neat. So, and anyways, it wasn't that hard to describe. So we've got that. The good news is this year I don't have COVID. Last year when we did the 2022 forecast, I was on day 2 of COVID, and I don't know. I must have been a performer in another lifetime because like who does that sick? Yeah, with COVID and fever and chills and everything. The show must go on. So what else? Adding new. Yeah. I just as I was preparing my notes today, the Spirit was coming through, and they wanted me to do an extra transmission for the new year to help to clear the old of 2022 and to get our frequencies and vibrations ready for 2023. So we're going to do that Tuesday night at 7. I'll add the event after this and that. Also, I'm not going to talk too much about the details of astrology because we'll be here all night. It's not quite as crazy astrologically as 2021 and 2022 were, but there's certainly still a lot of points to look at. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the pinned comments, post Armand Diaz from Integral Astrology, who does a very detailed analysis of the astrology in 2023. And excuse me, my nose is itching. Sorry. I know that's gross. Sorry about that. All right. Anyways. So what else? And the only other thing I wanted to mention is that we do have an inner core group where we dive deeper into things of this nature. This channel is really here to support you in the awakening. That's why we started it. We're not just talking about awakening, we're interactive and we're working with you to assist you in that process, because awakening is not easy. It's a very difficult thing because we have to clear, we have to shift, and we have to face our discomforts and face our shadows in order to ascend to higher levels. So the videos, the lives, all the stuff is giving you some hands-on instruction on how to do this, because I've been there, I've done it, and I'm still developing and growing, and I know what works. And I've learned a thing or two in the last 43 years since I had my initial awakening. I'll just leave it at that. So on Spirit Mind Family, we dive even deeper. It's a Patreon site. It's $5 a month, but you get basically like over $100 worth of information and videos and live events for that money. And all of that goes to supporting the creation and presentation of spiritually educational materials. So I will leave the information on the pinned comments on that also, as well as the January psychic forecast and all that good stuff. So announcements are over. More water. Let's dive right on in. Thank you. I'm really happy of the quality of people, of this community that we've attracted, and it's starting to grow even faster now. I'm really happy about that. First things first, let's go over the channel and the channel messages. It's really beautiful messages, and I'm going to be reading a lot from my notes, which I've got a lot. What do we have for this? What was it, 5 pages? Yeah, 5 pages. So let's go right on in and see. So, dear sacred and divine beings, we are the master teachers, and this is what channeled through me, and then I transcribed it. So that's not a live channeling. We did this last night, pretty late too. But we are the master teachers, and we come to you through this channel to share important news and blessings with you at this juncture in your personal and collective evolution. Let us begin by saying, have a very, even before I go into this, one thing I wanted to just mention is that I have not been this optimistic about a new year probably since around 2014 or 2015. It's not going to be without its problems and challenges, obviously. I'm really psyched. Okay, I just wanted to say that. Let's get back into this. Oh, okay. Let us be, this is the master teachers. Well, me reading what we channel through the automatic writing. Let's begin by saying you have a very busy year ahead. We hope you like change, though we understand your perception of okay, if I can read my own writing, inevitability for you have attained a higher vantage point and are ready. So basically, they're just saying, the work that you've done, you've actually created a higher your vantage point. And they were talking about a lot of activity in the sky. So look to the skies, like UFOs, solar activity, unexplainable phenomena, a lot of that stuff also. Well, it's 2023 showtime. There shall be 4 light activation fields your planet will traverse this year, each one with its special light and qualities to assist your transformation from human to superhuman. And you will pass through 6 energy portals, all designed to act on your fields to change you, to prepare you for the miraculous collective healing and upgrades ahead. I'm going to be drinking water all night. We do not do fortune telling, as your fates are multifaceted and flexible. So how can we see into your future? Because it already happened, and that cannot be changed, unless, of course, you change the present. For that is all, dear ones, that you have, flip the page, and any power to change. So in this year of miracles dawning, choose in this present now moment to fill the frequencies of the heart, to fill the present moment with the frequencies of your heart. Fill the now with joy, laughter, gratitude, love. Celebrate this present moment as if it were sacred, because it is. Fill it right now. Fill this present moment right now with gratitude, appreciation, love. How do you feel? Even after a few seconds, how do you feel? Notice the change in how you feel, for no matter how you are feeling, filling the present now with your heart's frequency will make you feel better. Congratulations, because you have just made your future, because you have just made your future as well as your past better. That is the riddle of time. That is how simple it is to change your life, to change your health, to change your path. If you could only see yourselves from our vantage point, you would know how simple it is to perfect your life and exist as super beings in a state of enlightenment. However, it is the nature of the journey you chose to maximize to that you chose from maximum chaos and complication to attaining pristine simplicity and perfection. And this next step of your evolution you have been waiting for is starting to appear before your very eyes. Now, imagine if everyone was also so present right now and chose to dwell in gratitude, compassion, to dwell in the heart and consciously make this moment the best moment of their entire lives. Your collective would heal, your earth would heal, new laws stemming from the heart would govern your societies, and your evolution into your next higher dimensional frequencies would be complete, and you'd be free of the cause and effect three-dimensional reality that is subject to lower frequencies. We understand this to be a very idealistic viewpoint. Yeah, I guess it is, right? But we know your heart. We understand your trajectory, and we are celebrating your triumphs, even if they have not yet happened to you physically, or they have not yet physically manifest, because it is already happening. It is already happening, but it's a journey. You must be present while being guided by your projected destination, and it takes time in your dense three-dimensional world. Water break. Oh yeah, there's a lot of channeling. But each of these photon belt light activations and portal activations your earth will go through will bring you one step closer to achieving this ideal of total freedom and enlightenment. To receive the new activations becoming available to you, prepare now. Practice presence of mind, practice presence of heart. For as our dear friend and channel often says, eat properly, breathe properly, live properly in alignment with spirit. You've come this far. This is your cosmic opportunity to ascend, but you must do the work. You must prepare your bodies, all your bodies, your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual bodies and energy, and raise your frequencies to meet the photon belt and portal activations halfway in order to receive your activations the universe is now offering your planet. Otherwise, your frequencies will not match. We, the master teachers, shall continue to work with you and assist you in raising your frequency so that you will be able to make the jumps. Where are we? When the cosmic opportunities arrive, many on your planet, more than you've ever seen, will be having their initial awakening in 2023, or what we like to call their shakeup. Since your physical reality is only but an illusion of your own creation, the first awakening shakes the foundation of that illusion as you start becoming aware of higher bandwidths of energy associated with higher levels of reality. That I found really beautiful. It kind of makes me cry a little bit just even reading it. You are the blessed sacred ones who get to serve spirit in this monumental time, and we love you and honor you, for without you, we could not do our job of helping humanity and evolve and upgrade, and we've only just begun. So much shall be revealed in this year of master shift, of mastering of belief and faith, as you step one step closer to Spirit or God in 2023. The master teachers. Okay, I'm getting a little bit clumped, but we'll drink some water right now. Okie doke. So we have some general stuff here, and then I have a little bit of a month by month synopsis for you guys coming. So how are we doing? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Carissa, for that. Okay, so Jenna, let's start out with the cool stuff. I mean, there's challenges and there's good things, right? So firstly, this is likely to be the biggest year of awakening well ever, really, in our known history. But the last time we've seen anything like this was 2014. Now, 2014 was a 7 numerological year, so is 2023. It's Neptune ruled. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into the astrology and numerology, but it's good to know that we're in this 7 vibration this year. And also the ruling planet of number 7, Neptune, is in its astrological rulership, Pisces. So that even adds more juice to the number 7 and that effect. It's spiritual. It's about faith. It's about belief. It's really about compassion. It's also about illusions and delusions. So that's a part of it as well. But big, 7 universal year, cultivating faith and belief. I'm seeing big infusions of light. I think starting as soon, maybe even January, but especially February. Hopeful technologies and medical breakthroughs I'm seeing. More science and spirituality being introduced or being more accepted by the mainstream. UFOs, ET contact increase. Maybe you will start to have some contact also. Disclosures of things along the lines of, say, like child, or the sex trafficking or things like that we really need to purge, because it's really horrible to even have to say that. So we're going to see more disclosures from what I'm picking up on. Educational reforms begin. Our educational system, like so many other systems, is broken. One size does not fit all. So that's part of the awakening. Return respect for the old ways. So honoring, like in this country, Native American traditions or Celtic traditions or like whatever country it is, Australia, Aboriginals, whatever it is. Many new technologies will hit the market. That could be good or not so good. Lies disclosed, governments, health officials, etc., come under much more scrutiny. So that's going to be interesting. Scathing exposés on the inner workings of things like the pandemic, the big V, as well as other government cover-ups or media cover-ups or stuff like that. And this Neptune energy is perfect for reprogramming and spiritual work, because Neptune is the subconscious. It rules the sign Pisces of the subconscious. So we have greater access into our subconscious mind, which part of that is the storehouse for our unwanted traumas or shadow aspects and so forth. So this is a really good time for reprogramming. You reprogram your subconscious mind, you change your life. You reprogram your entire life. So really good for this. So I've got some month by month things to share with you also. Now, mind you, time is fluid. There's no absolutes. This isn't fortune telling. More than anything, we want to pick up on the trends and give you some practical advice on how to deal with the changing energy currents month by month. But there's a few kind of global things that kind of pop up also. So let me dive into that. So firstly, January. So January is likely to start slow. We've got 2 out of the 3 inner planets in retrograde. Mars goes out of retrograde in Gemini on the 12th, I believe, of January. Then Mercury on the 18th. Sign is, I think it's in Capricorn, right? It's retrograding in Capricorn. And then an outer planet, Uranus, on the 22nd comes out of retrograde also. So take breaks. You may need to recharge more than usual in January. There's been a lot of charged energy leading up to this, especially the first couple of weeks. If you can take a little bit of time off, do it. Your positive energy to reflect. This is really good energy for reflection. This is really about the spirit, the totem of the bear. The bear is about introspection and looking within, because every year the bear goes into its cave of hibernation, reflects, digests the lessons of the year past, and then comes out in the spring with new vigor and an openness to learning new things. So definitely say stroke, positive energy to reflect. relationship energies get positive boosts. So some of you may be starting or enhancing relationships. Isn't that fun? Um, and news around children trafficking. I think we may even start to hear that very early in the month. In general, children are in the spotlight this month. So whatever that means, and that could be in your personal lives also. Uh, New friends, new relationships, money and governments are highlighted. It's we're in a 7 universal year, so it means it's an 8 Saturn ruled universal month. And they gave me like a little like catchword for you guys, or a catchphrase for the month for you. And this came through from the master teachers also. So they said, open heart, innocence, and trust is like sort of the vibration or the frequency to work with in this month. So anything else about January that's relevant or important? Hey, so the new people that came in, yeah, when this is done, you can catch up on the beginning and the channeling that we did and everything. Um, all right, so that again, it's more of a synopsis, basically for understand this, again, we're in this universal 8 month. It's Saturn ruled. I think the idea is we want to slow down and catch our breaths and plan, strategize, and really plan for the new year, and plan on things in terms of like your growth and awakening. They're saying your education also and learning. So that's January. Moving on to February. I promise I try to do this quickly tonight. So Michael's asking anything specific about money, governments. Yeah, there are a few things that are coming up. In fact, January says money and government highlighted. I'm not sure what exactly highlighted means, but watch your money this month. It's Saturn ruled. Saturn rules Capricorn. We're in USA Pluto return in Capricorn. Capricorn, I think 4 or 5 planets are there right now. That's all about government, money, systems, structures, or whatever. They're likely to take a hit. So, be aware and conscious. I don't think there's going to be a major crash this month, but keep an eye on that. So February, what I was seeing was blatant disregard for laws. So a lot of lawlessness. I think it may even start in January. And again, something that I'm saying in February may happen in January or March. Like in 2022, I predicted the beginning of the Ukraine-Russia war. I think in April, and it actually started in March. That can happen also. Anyway, blatant disregard for laws, scrambling. So we may hear of possible food or supply shortages. So, just prepare for that. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. I was seeing the automotive and travel industry getting hit the hardest with that. So I don't know what that means, but that's what I was seeing. Groundbreaking diplomacy efforts fail. Okay, no follow through or legitimacy, but at least they're trying, right? And then they're showing like war, conflict escalating. I mean, 80% of this is intuition and what I'm seeing and feeling. 20% numerology and astrology. It's a 9 month. 9 is Mars ruled. Mars is the god of war. So take that into account for the month of February. Work on cultivating feelings, intuition, positive beliefs, and trust. That's something to work on in this collective this month. The energy helps to dispel illusions, both globally and locally. So in your own life, as well as what's happening in the world around. Look out for false teachers and whatnot, and cons and scams and all that stuff. There are people that know how to manipulate energy to make you feel like you're having some spiritual breakthrough in their presence or some spiritual feeling, but they're only manipulating your energy field. Be in your heart. When you're in your heart, you're in your power, you're in the eye of the storm, and you can trust your intuition 100%. It's an ideal month for purging, so maybe do a fast, letting go, cleansing. Anything else for February? Yes. Big photon belt, there's solar flare activations coming, new light, new consciousness. Must be willing to let go. So that's a key element for the month of February. And that 9 energy is about completion. Must be willing to let go. And what Spirit was saying is as the key word or the key sentence for the month: ground, center, focus, develop a strong frame. So we want to be grounded. When we're in a strong frame, we're not easily influenced by what's going on out there. You can still be empathic and sensitive without being overwhelmed by what's going on out there, or people trying to manipulate you or convince you, or pull you out of your own frame and into their frame and their belief systems and their energy and whatnot. All right, more water. Well, are we going to March? So I was seeing a possible death or leadership change. I think in Europe, maybe watch a Putin. I know he's not in the best of health right now. Although I would also keep an eye on countries like France, Portugal, Spain, even England for that, because I'm feeling more in Western Europe of that. Um, but it could be anywhere really, and change of leadership. So there may be some changes of leadership structure right here in this country also. So keep an eye on that in March. Social political structures tend to change, or at least get a hit. Could be surges in illness, so keep an eye on that, because they're seeing full hospital beds again. So there could be cases, or there could be one of the other epidemics or pandemics or whatever. China, Korea highlighted as lines in the world are drawn. So honestly, World War III comes up a lot. At this time, I'm not seeing that, but I am seeing it going in that direction, but not actually happening. Hopefully it won't ever, but I don't think so. But that said, it's not off the table by any means. And I do feel like different factions are going to be flexing their muscles more in March, I want to say. So I was saying keep an eye on China and Korea, and other parts of the world. Focus tends to be more inward. Um, more on the self-improvement, healing gets a boost, overcoming challenges, introspection, looking within. These are all important qualities for us, basically. And more forced division and clashing. So even February too. I think January through March there's going to be a lot of that kind of energy, like riots, demonstrations. In the January forecast, I dove a little deeper into what I thought might be happening with like the January 6th trials and all that kind of stuff. So what the Spear was saying was introspection, meditation, spiritual practice. Double down with that in March. Okay, am I done with this one? Oh, yes, I am. We're back. We're up to April. It's getting warmer and sunny out. We're in April. um, what's going on in April? What do we write here? Awakening spikes. So the energy is shifting a lot in April. Now it's an eclipse season right around then. I don't know the exact dates, but I think March and April there's two eclipses, and then in October. Um, but in any event, awakening spikes, great energy for overcoming the lower forces, both individually and collectively. So this good to keep that in mind, and to act accordingly. Clashing increases, new spiritual teachers emerge, new techniques become more available to us. I was seeing also new medication being rolled out, new healing technologies becoming available, maybe the med beds or things similar to that. UFO interests increase. So I think we've been seeing more and more of that anyway. So I just think that's going to continue. Major hurdle in global diplomacy and issues gets solved, but probably just temporarily. But we may see some better news around that. Better communication, i.e. news breaks, MSM admits some misleading information with things maybe like COVID or the V or other that take your pick. There's so much misinformation and misleading of the public. Again, I say this often, but if you can control the thinking of a society, you can control that society, and the media is a primary tool for that. So, again, keep that in mind. When you're in your heart and you're in your power, you just can't be fooled. So other technologies are that come up become more controversial, especially in technology and transhumanism, or in other words, interfacing us with technology. That's totally on the table. We've been hearing more and more about that. That's going to continue. I don't know if the people that want to do this are unfamiliar with the Borg or what, but whatever. I don't think it's gonna fly. Or at least I'll put it this way: I don't think everybody's going to buy in. even if it does fly. So it's a great energy for manifestation in April. So keep that in mind. You'll get a nice boost from the universe with that. Very creative energy, good for art, good for creativity, good for creating your manifestation, good for manifesting your dreams. And what Spear was saying about April is the month of the art of higher communication, and that could be with spirit or with other people or other beings. Moving right along, said May. So what comes up in May? So May, could be May, June, July. These could be pretty intense months. So heads up there. Even April to some degree. So how are we doing? Any inventors in the collective here? Maybe. This country's weakened. They pull the. That's a good point. I've said I wasn't going to go too interactive, but I just wanted to flash this because that's a good point. So was that. Wait, nobody saw that. Okay, now they did. All right, May. So clashes of ideals and forced division. So keep an eye on that, at least possibility. These are just energies. It's all fluid. As our consciousness changes, some of this may not happen. Some things I'm not mentioning may. Again, the idea is of a psychic forecast rather than psychic prediction. It's kind of give you the psychic weather forecast, as it were, like what energy trends and how that's likely to affect us individually, community-wise, as well as globally. So it's going to be a make or break month for many. They were showing it's very emotional energy. So master your emotions, high emotional energy. There's a lot of possibility of revisiting old patterns. So I think a lot of us collectively are going to be doing more shadow work if we're revisiting old patterns, or they may just kind of come up. But this would be kind of for the final analysis for permanent and deep clearing. Yeah, and that can be personally or globally. Now, sacrifices comes up a lot in this energy also, partly because it's a 12-month in numerology, which is the hangman or the sacrifice in Chaldean numerology. So many of us are going to need to let something go in order to move forward, either in our personal lives or our work lives, but mostly in our spiritual lives. Possible medical breakthroughs again. Misinformation gets exposed again. Notice I'm not talking so much about the weather and the climate because it's a given. It's going to be crazy. And a couple of actually in May I did talk about it. Never mind. Let me keep going here. Okay, I'm still here. Every now and then I like to look at the camera to let you know I'm still engaged with you, even though my face isn't in my paper here. So possible global crisis hits ahead. So this could be clashes, Ukraine, Russia, Middle East, Africa. Take your pick. There's a lot of this, but I think again, this is like the big powers flexing their muscles and drawing the lines in the sand. Possible global crisis hits ahead. Mass worry could be nuclear, so just keep an eye on it. It doesn't mean there's going to be a nuclear problem, but just kind of keep an eye on that. Large-scale disasters involving water, they were showing me. In fact, a lot of what I was being shown as far as like potential global disasters were of a watery nature. Not all. There could still be forest fires. There could still be volcanoes and earthquakes. Partly that being that 7 numerology that's connected very much to water. It's Neptune, after all, the god of the underworld, and very bizarre weather. We say very bizarre weather, and that's the peak of tornado season. We'll see. And the key line here is learn to be the observer of your emotions. So that's good advice anyway. So learn to be the all right, so you just flash this because this is relevant also. Thank you. And so is this. I can't check my battery power, but hopefully if I run low, the computer will let me know. So we do. Oh yeah, we just did May, right? So we're on June. Okay, we can shoot that down. June, yes. June, water. Okay. So greater focus on the Biden administration or government was showing up for me. I mean, it could be other countries also. I mean, possible overthrow, but that would be in the absolute extreme. I don't think that's going to happen, but there may be some revolutionary type energy. Again, this is what I was feeling, but part of that is we're in a 4. It's 13 and reduces to 4 a month. 4 is Uranus. Uranus can be very revolutionary and surprise us. So expect the unexpected. Economic recovery tends to backfire. So, they may try to put a few things in place. Don't think it's going to work. Sorry about that. But, safe investments, things like that, be smart, keep your finger on the pulse and stuff like that. So government structures get hit hard. Possible lawlessness and revolution. Again, in the extreme. I want to emphasize that, in the extreme. Now, on the other side of this, a lot of healing personally and globally, leaps in consciousness, preparing for possible global conflict and attack. New energy bill or use of nuclear fusion hits a wall. They just rolled out like we solved the nuclear fusion. We can do all this free energy or whatever, but they solved that a long time ago. That's how the sun gives us energy, and the sun is free. Last I checked, anyway, unless they try to tax that also. You never know. But in any regard, here we go. New energy to the wall, and the key phrase from the master teacher, to think and act outside the box. Very important to think, be original. Yeah, be your own person. Trust your heart. Trust your own ideas. Trust your own ideals. Purge the programming the best you can, and connect, because it's very community energy also. Connect with like-minded people, like-minded communities. You'll get to know like your friends, your farmers, your neighbors. Like, should we go into more of a communal living if things really hit the fan, and we do have the as some psychics are predicting, mass power outages or internet blackouts and stuff like that. If that becomes a reality, we want to know this. And in my notes I wrote, find your tribe, and think, and like I said, think and act outside the box. So moving right on to July, moving into the summer months, getting hot here. So July, they were saying a big collective healing, new infusions of light. So we're probably going to hit another one of those photon belts, possibly. Possible deployment or overseas conflict. So look out for that, especially if you have younger people in the military. And again, this isn't limited to July, but I was being shown that they're saying, watch China and Korea. I mean, I think that's been relevant for years. We have a curious situation, with China that they're mortal enemy to the West, number one. Yet we trade with them and all that stuff for 70 years. Like, communism, socialism, it's bad, but we'll trade with them and interact with them anyways. Follow the money, follow the corrupt structure of power, and you'll have your answers and reasons why that blatant contradiction is not even questioned hardly. So anyway, July, big collective healing, new infusion of light. Oh, we said that already. Nuclear concerns. Okay. Good personal management's important. So we need to manage our own personal affairs, get everything in order, everything that we need to get in order. So that was kind of a suggestion they were saying. Important world figure passes, shifts balance of power. Well, we'll see, but that's what I was being shown. I mean, could that be the U.S. president or somebody high up? It could be. I mean, hope not. We don't wish that on anybody, and we like spirit saying no, but I think it's going to hit home, whatever that is. Many of us may change jobs or careers or find a new home. So there's a lot of movement that was shown this month. I want to say increased interest on off-grid living and sustainability. A young teacher emerges. I on YouTube, some of the amazing teachers, they're like 30 or in their 30s. Yeah, and I could list a bunch of them, but that's when a lot of the crystal children and star children are hitting 30 or past 30 now, and some of them are going to be very prominent spiritual teachers soon. So we may see an upsurge of that in July. Change of immigration policies, move to eliminate currency. Time bill passes, Sunshine Protection Act. Do you remember that? that bill may pass around July. That's to eliminate standard time basically and keep us on daylight savings time, which is going to be a shit show in July when in areas where the sun doesn't even rise till 8:30 in the morning. But anyway, I digress. Volcanic eruption, earthquake they were showing me, and you will have a chance for miracle healing. So I think some of you are going to have a real miracle healing on this. So what was Michael saying here? Just quickly. Yeah. That is important, and they didn't. It's interesting that I got a little bit of a hit on something in coming up in December on that, but it's active, and we'll hear news about that. But I haven't that I'm not really detailing. So where am I? I'm still in July. Yeah, month am I in? Job change, find new homes. Could be some forced displacement. So keep an eye on that. If things get ugly, some people may get displaced. That could be weather related or wars or for God knows what reason. Increased interest in off-grid living. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm repeating myself. Change of immigration policies. Move to eliminate currency. Time. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being repetitive. Let's come to August now. 41 minutes. All right. I'm stretching my battery power here. So let me do the rest of this quickly. So responsibility and accuracy are key energies. Increased depression, they were showing me. New financial measures in play, which looms with looming economic depression. So keep an eye on that possibility. I don't think in my notes I even talked about the general challenges. I only talked about the good stuff. So the general challenges, I think, to watch China and of course Russia, global conflict lines in the sand. Did I read this already? Don't believe we'll face World War III, but that specter is huge. Economic depression, plans to centralize governments continue. Plan towards transhumanism continues. Plan to phase out currency continues. Watch Central and South America for strife. New global conflicts, war. Watch Middle East and Southern Asia. Of course, weather with at least one major earthquake. Fires, etc., of course, but the trends of natural disaster are likely to be watery this year. Okay, back to August. I'm jumping around, I know. Back to August. Responsibility and accountability are key energies. Increased depression, new financial measures in play with looming economic depression, possible escalation of war as a treaty or agreement is broken. So watch out for that. Possible deployment of troops. Our powers and manifestation increase under this energy. Possible landmark ruling around money. What that is, I'm not really sure, but again, it's to really quell the economy and jumpstart it again, or it's a rebuild. Things. It's the tower with all these 16-degree full moons and the Pluto return. So the money system may fall and be starting to rebuild around this time. More freedom. I know I'm talking fast, but I want to make sure we don't die before December, battery wise. Own your. So the key word is own your responsibility. Take action. Look for more movements, more demonstrations, and stuff like that. September, structures fall, government, financial, mostly. Personal structures in your life may fall also. So keep an eye on that. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not easy when things that we rely on or things in our lives just are no longer there. So I think we're going to see a lot of that culminating in September this year. Personal structures may fall, money security concerns. We must be okay to let go of something this month. Leaks in the news, scathing exposés I was seeing, smaller communities getting together and helping each other, off-grid, alternative societies gaining popularity, revolutionary change possible, big UFO disclosures they are showing me. Many of us will continue more with star beings. Yes, we'll connect more with our star beings. Okay, spiritual evolution, palpable upgrades in consciousness start seeping into the world leaders. So we may see hints of that coming around. And the key phrase for September, according to the spirit, less is more. Practice giving in the art of reciprocity. So you always give back and always reciprocate. And that the Native American teachings taught me that. Okay, October, quickly, this it's the star, that's the energy of the star card. Very inspirational month. Hopeful news, perhaps a military victory or diplomacy may actually start to win out on some level. Big energy shifts. There's an eclipse season. There's likely to be solar flares and portal activations this month. So it's a big upgrade, big spiritual month. Um, Palpable revolutionary energies in the air. So look out for that also. Infusion of consciousness where it's needed most. Mass awakening accelerates. Personal rebirth, spiritual retreats, uh, recommended this month. Abandonment of social values and seeking more spiritual and compassionate solutions. Energy to ending world hunger is on the table. Pollution and plastics and stuff like that. So I think people are going to be getting more together as nations, and there may be more on the way of underground movements that starts to gain momentum, as it were. So big draw to like-minded communities, strong communities. Many in this community, in our community, the medium channel will have awakening. And the key word is inspire others to inspire yourself. So they would want us to teach what we learn and what we know. So where are we? November. Numbers can be a month of shedding a lot of skin. More water. People brought to justice, maybe around Trump, maybe around voter fraud, maybe around 1/6. It could be completely different thing. There's the trafficking, there's the misrepresentation of certain elements of, say, pandemics or other things that have been going on that have been forcing like divisions and forcing things that maybe could have been handled differently. Your light shines brighter this month. More people will naturally become attracted to you for guidance. This is for us personally. And being led, and you may find that you're leading other people through the dark. So you're having your awakenings, mass shifts, getting bearings, stock valve. I don't know, stock valve, shock value. Okay, so we may see some very shocking things. A lot of us are going to be in some kind of job or career change or moves, according to what they're talking about. Some semblance of economic recovery, but this will take time. War, conflict brewing or increasing. However, solutions are starting to come to light by November. New arms treaties look like they'll be on the table. More hopeful trends continue, upward trending in your spiritual work. And what Spirit was saying was align those chakras. That'll be very powerful to do your chakra work any month, but especially November. One more month. We still have power. Yes. Go. So what they've shown me about December is arrests and indictments likely. This could be Trump. We'll see. I mean, sorry for those of you that like him, but now, that said, I do feel like there's infusion of consciousness. So and I don't know personally, but if there's something that him or his court is correct about, or something that's unjust, it may not happen to him. It may go somewhere else. But I'm seeing arrests and indictments and stuff like that. I don't think it's in our community. I think it's the government stuff, the USA, part of the whole like tear down and rebuild of this Pluto return. Transhumanism, technology, metaverse, all that stuff comes in more focus. Powers that be that use the hopeful and positive trends to further centralize government. So watch out for that. As people are more hopeful, there's probably going to be another agenda forced on us to what's the right word, exploit that in order to maintain or even grab more control. So more centralization, all that. We need to get unstuck. We need to get out of disempowering relationships, disempowering friendships, of disempowering jobs and careers. That is a must. That must be directed. It should be directed before December, but if not, must do that. Many stay stuck in their own patterns, but of course not you, because you're part of this community. So you're not staying stuck in your own pattern, and therefore you are going to be able to grab this frequency opportunity to have a further awakening or an ascension. Possible lockdowns, power disruptions, especially internationally, I want to say, or power plays, but there could be things like that, like travel restrictions, especially internationally. I want to say more forced to squash freedom movement. So a lot of that's coming up. Could be some big disclosures though, also. So December seems like a really active month energetically. It was something about the media. With the media decide what will be disclosed. Governments immediately decide what will be disclosed and what won't and when. Well, we know that already. For us, double down on things like heart brain coherence, things that expand the frequencies of the heart. Because as we open the heart portal, we connect more with spirit, and by doing that, then we connect more with our own power, our own superhuman abilities, and our superhuman powers. And I didn't really mention that, although the master teachers did in the channeling, but a lot of us, as we ascend and we have our awakening, we're going to develop gifts that we didn't even know were possible, basically. So great month for personal healing. The idea is, what Spirit was saying as the key word here, or the key phrase is remove those shackles, breathe, clear, release. And again, here on the Medium channel, we are going to be working with this community. It's our community, it's not my community. And doing live streams, doing tutorials, doing things that help us connect to the community, that help us to grow safely and powerfully. And just to recap, on Tuesday, Spirit told me to add this. We're going to do a transmission with the master teacher to clear all that we need to clear from 2022 and embrace these higher frequencies. So they're going to help us make an energetic shift. We're going to do that Tuesday at 7 here on the Medium channel. Friday, we're going to do a full moon transmission also. I'll post Armand Diaz's astrological forecast for 2023 for you guys to check out. I know there's other things. Well, I talked about Patreon also, but if you want to dive deeper and come into our inner core community, check out Spirit Mind Family on Patreon. That's where we do the inner work. And that's what I got for you guys tonight. So thank you so much. Thank you. I did manage to keep this under an hour, so we did good. So those of you that came in late, as soon as we end, go back to the beginning. I probably did the most cool part in the beginning, which was 5 pages of channel material from the master teacher. So go back, check that out. I love you. Thank you so much. My pleasure, MT. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Lakeside, for being here, and Doreen, and everybody that's here. I made it. Yes, I did it. So I have to get my battery address, my computer battery, but I wasn't sure if I'd make it this long. I'll probably come on and they'll probably say I have one. Oh, there we go. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. It just came on now. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. I love you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Thanks for being part of this. And it's just going to expand and grow, and we're going to connect with other communities, just like a lot of us went over to Lily Nova Star Seeds transmission this afternoon. Thank you for doing that. It was a good one. I felt the frequencies. I think it really got me into a good mood for doing this today. So and we're going to have other interviews. We're going to have other teachers. We'll connect with other communities. That's the idea. There's nothing egocentric here. I'm just the messenger. I'm not the grand wazoo or anything. So I encourage you guys to check out other teachers, other YouTube channels. We're not competitive. We're not like that here, because when people are like that, they have a lack mentality that they're not even aware of it. And and I share with other channels, and a lot of them just get very closed off. Like they don't want to like mention what we're doing here, but they're fine with, with other things. So anyways, not to dwell on any negativity or whatever, but the point being is that in order to really expand and grow, in order to attract the abundance that you deserve and that you're looking for, you just can't be in a lack mentality. And to me, there's no competition. Years ago, I would bring other mediums into my office space and let them work there, and we'd do events together. And people are like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Because there's no competition. We're all here to serve spirit. I'm not competing with another medium. I'm open at heart. I know I'm good at what I do. I'm confident about it. And if anything, opening this energy up to other practitioners brought more people to me. So anyways, this is the attitude that we should all be having, especially going into 2023. So again, thank you, everybody. I'm definitely pushing the limits here on my battery power, but I love you. That was a good point to end on. So thank you so much. Good night. Happy New Year.